leaving the wood unfinished. About 12 years ago, my wife and I decided to bring an upcountry house into Bangkok and build it on a small lot that we had found. In this little piece, I'm going to show you what happened as a result of my decision, and her decision too, that we did not want to put any finish on the wood. We did not want to coat it with urethane. I didn't want to live in an old Thai house that was covered with plastic. It reminded me of when I was a kid and people used to buy new living room furniture back in America and put plastic coating on it to keep it clean. So, is there a price to pay for not finishing the wood, leaving it in its natural state? All right, this is a picture of, we'll start with the bad news first. And this is a picture of my deck today, 2012, 7 years of weathering, 7 years after we finished the house and moved into it. And you can see this portion of the deck is in pretty bad shape, and in fact, I think this year I need to replace it. So this will support the view of those who want to put urethane on things. However, I want to point out a couple of things here. One of them is that the deck is constructed of rather low quality Thai hardwood. This is not teak. In fact, most of the wood in houses that you see that people call teak houses is not teak, especially if the house comes from up in Isan. But it's okay. Other Thai hardwoods are just as good, maybe better in some cases than teak, depending on the purpose. I won't go into that right now. But this was definitely not teak, and this wood was subject to shrinkage in the dry season, and it would swell up and close those cracks in the rainy season. And it's a flat surface, and it's subject to both rain and hot sunshine. So this is the worst possible treatment that the wood could have to suffer. And you can see it's in bad shape after 7 years. Okay, I'm going to move over just a few feet away where this wood did not get quite as much direct sunlight, although it was still in the sun part of the day, and it's a little bit better quality wood, and you can see that it is beginning to go too at the edges, and in fact I think I will probably have to replace this too. But now I move into an area that is shade except for in the early morning, and it gets wet when it rains, but the water doesn't pond on here as much, and I think the wood is a little better quality too. And this wood is still okay, and it might be good for another 5 or even 10 years, I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at some vertical surfaces. Here is a section of wall and windows nearby. As far as I can see, it is in the same condition it was when we built it in 2005, and it is not really weathered or decayed or anything like that. It doesn't get any water and it doesn't get any sun. These are some doors that look exactly the same as when we bought them and stripped them. And by the way, we do this deliberately. We don't want that perfect museum sort of look. So we're happy to have this kind of scraped look. That's our aesthetic preference. Okay, finally, let's move inside the house and look at some similar wood that has not been exposed to any weather, and it looks likewise in same condition it was. And last, I want to finish off with a shot of the wood in our bedroom, which I really love. Sometimes I just sleep on this wood at night when it's hot. It's a very pleasant, cool feeling with just the right amount of thermal conductivity to keep me cool without it feeling cold. And although I had originally intended not even to plane this wood, the builder was very insistent on that and actually did it without my permission, and I was very annoyed. But he was absolutely right, because I have another house where I didn't do the planing, and it's not nearly as nice as this wonderful finish, this almost kind of waxy finish that comes about after you use that floor for many years. Lovely feel to this. And before I forget, I should mention that all of this wood was already about 50 years old when we moved it from upcountry to Bangkok. So it had been in an unfinished state already for 50 years in the village. So, should you finish the wood, not finish the wood? I am happy with my decision to have not put any finishes on the wood, and the price I pay for that is I have to replace part of my deck after 7 years. Thanks for listening. We'll be doing more videos on what it's like to live in an old Thai house.